Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video we're going to start collecting Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and today we're going to take a look at the Disciples of Tzeentch, and in particular the Pyrofane cult subfaction of the army. In this video we're going to go through talk a little bit about how this subfaction works on the tabletop. We'll then look at a couple of units we recommend to get started with for the subfaction. We'll then expand upon this with some other units looking to expand upon those initial purchases, and finally finish off the video with a sample army list of 1000 points for you to use as some inspiration for starting your own Pyrofane cult Disciples of Tzeentch army. Now, with this subfaction, you can find it in the brand new Disciples of Tzeentch battle tome that will be out this week at the time of recording on the coming Saturday. Now, the rules for the Pyrofane cult is you add one to the hit rolls for attacks made with Sorcerous Bolts, the shooting attack from friendly Kharak Acolyte units. In addition, at the end of the shooting phase, you roll a dice for each enemy unit that suffered any wounds caused by a Sorcerous Bolt from a friendly Kharak Acolyte unit in the phase, and on a 5+, that unit suffers D3 mortal wounds. So suffice to say, this is all about getting Kharak Acolytes on the table and getting them to do more of their damage in the shooting phase. And so to get started with, I actually like the Fatemaster. Now this is a weird Tzeentch hero because standard he's not a wizard. Now this model does have a cool ability where it can add one to the wound rolls for attacks made by friendly Disciples of Tzeentch units wholly within 9 inches of him, which is really nice. Can definitely bolster up the abilities of the rest of our faction here. And he's also not too shabby in combat. His Fireglaive is 3 attacks on 3s and 3s, Ren 1, damage D3. A 3-up base save as well is really nice for a Tzeentch hero. Now, we, of course, alongside this model, are going to look at Kharak Acolytes. And Kharak Acolytes have a variety of different upgrades for the units, including a variety of different weapon options the unit can take as well. Now, on top of those different weapon options for the Cursed Glaive, Cursed Blades, and taking shields, they can take paired Cursed Blades to get some extra bonuses in there. You can also choose to take a couple of extra upgrades. So the Kharak Adept will add one to their attacks with their melee weapons. The Scroll of Dark Arts allows you to add one to casting and unbinding rolls, and the Vulture can potentially hurt some enemy wizards. You've also got their own spell, Assault Sorcery, which allows them to improve the Ren characteristic of their weapons by 1, which is really cool. So being able to get some Sorcerous Bolts with Ren 1, potentially with the extra bonuses from the Fatemaster, and indeed, obviously the Pyrofane cult bonuses, is a really nice start to an army. Looking at where to go next though, and the Curseling Eye of Tzeentch I really like as a secondary hero. A really survivable wizard option can provide a couple of different spells that hurt not only your opponent's casting, but potentially buff your own, and can give out ward saves as well. A solid fighter for a wizard character, a nice 3-up save, and some other cool abilities make it a really useful character to bring to the table. Next to that, we have the Magister, and you can choose to go either version you want, whether the regular Magister or the Magister on disc. Both of them are going to have the cool rule Maggot Touch, where if the first casting attempt made by this unit in your hero phase is successful and the spell is not unbound, the unit can attempt to cast 1 extra spell in that phase. If it does so and the second spell rolls a double, the casting attempt automatically fails and the unit slays itself. So you can, get a little bit greedy, but if you get that double on the second one, you potentially kill yourself. But all in all, a nice wizard to bring in, one of the cheaper options, especially if you're going for the regular Magister on foot. Now, of course, no Disciples of Tzeentch army would be complete without some Horrors of Tzeentch, a really useful unit. Pink Horrors have a cool rule where they split into Blue Horrors, and Blue Horrors then split down into Brimstone Horrors. This provides each 10 models of Pink Horrors having a total wounds characteristic, taking into account all their splitting models of 50, which is just insane. Now, they are great for holding up enemy units, providing you with some really good anvils, which is surprising considering their stats don't look all that great, but there's just so many wounds your opponent has to chew through there. Lastly, we have the Endless Spells. No Disciples of Tzeentch army is complete without the Endless Spells, because you get to cast one for free at the start of the game. There are a variety of different Endless Spells, one of them turning models around it into Chaos Spawn, one of them being a nice damage dealing Endless Spell, and the other one providing some buffs to the wizard who cast it. And so here we have our sample army list for you. We've gone with Chamon for our Mortal Realm, just for all that narrative stuff, and then Master of Destiny is a Tzeentch specific grand strategy we really like. How this works is you have to have a amount of fate dice equal to the value of 9 or more at the end of the battle, and you automatically complete this. Really cool, you know, you can just sit 2 dice that are going to equal the value of 9 over there at the end of the game, and you're going to get your grand strategy pretty much no matter what. For a triumph, because we are 15 points under, we've gone with Inspired +1 a wound in there in case a unit gets out of that Fatemaster's bubble or we're needing to, you know, spread out our forces. Leader-wise, we've got the Curseling Eye of Tzeentch, who's going to be our general and have the command trait called Demagogue. What this one does is if we ever roll a double to cast with this general, it's automatically cast and cannot be unbound. On top of this, if this ever happens, we get 2 fate points instead of 1. Law of Fate spell we've gone for is Arcane Suggestion, which can provide a bunch of different debuffs to our opponent's units. The Fatemaster in there with the Arcane Tome is really nice to make him actually a wizard as well, and he's gone Glimpse of the Future, providing us with some extra fate dice to make sure we're able to use fate dice and contain our Master of Destiny. For Battle Line, we've got 3 units of 10 Karak Acolytes. They are the bread and butter of a Pyrofane army. We've then got 10 Pink Horrors of Tzeentch as well as a great objective holder, and those Pink Horrors along with 2 of the Karak Acolyte units are going to be an Expert Conquerors, counting as 3 models on the objectives. Lastly, we have a Burning Sigil of Tzeentch and Endless Spell. I really love the ability of this enemy models and indeed your own friendly models into Chaos Swarm. We can tie up enemy units and allow you to get the game moving in a way you want it to. 51 wounds, but like I said, there's actually an extra 40 wounds hiding in that unit of Pink Horrors there. So there's actually 91 wounds, and 1,000 points is insanely good wounds value. 6 drops and 15 points under as mentioned. If you've got some ideas for your own Pyrofane cult army, let us know down in the comments below. And so that is the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our cool little community here at Sinful Gaming, you can do so in our Discord server, which is linked down in the video's description. If you'd like to help support the channel, you can do so either by joining our Patreon or YouTube members, both of which are linked in the video's description, or going over to our channel merch store and grabbing some channel merch for yourself. We'd like to give our Patreons and YouTube members a special shout out for helping support the channel and allowing us to keep doing what we're doing. So a special thank you to our Patreons, Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lowe, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising 8, Cure Dynamic, Anthony B, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Derek and Bloobs, and to our YouTube members as well, Green Roots Gaming, Kenton Young, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny 84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, John Castle and Davis Weir. And a special thank you to Lady Witchfox at the end here, because she does all the amazing artwork for the channel. It looks stunning. With that said, thank you all for watching once again. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.